So let's start off with the next method for solving a quadratic equation, and that is completing the square. So what exactly is this method? In this, what we do is we rewrite the quadratic expression using only one occurrence of the variable, and that makes it easier to work with. So completing the square method is used to solve quadratic equation. It is also used in chapters like integration to make it easy to solve. So let's just see the basics of how to do this. So we are all aware, if you have an expression like this, x plus d the whole square, we'll open the brackets and we'll write this as x square plus 2dx plus d square. And in case you have the expression as x minus d the whole square, you will write this as x square minus 2dx plus d square. So one thing which we notice here is that we have plus d square and plus d square in both the cases. So this d. So keeping this in mind, what is the exact method of completing the square? Suppose you have been given the expression as x square plus 2 dx, and we ask you to complete the square for this one. Now we are aware that the only thing needed here is plus d square. So what we'll do is, in this particular case, we will write this as x plus d the whole square, and since this was x square plus 2 dx and I have added an extra d square to make it x plus d the whole square, I'll subtract a d square. So actually what I'm doing is I'm dividing the coefficient of x. This is the coefficient of x. I'm dividing this coefficient by 2. I'm dividing this by 2. So 2 dx, 2d actually is divided by 2 to get d, and the square is added and subtracted to the expression. Similarly, in this one, if you have something like this x square minus 2 dx and you need to complete the square, so what I'll do is, again, the only thing I need is plus d square, so I'll write x minus d the whole square, which will eventually add a d square, and I'll subtract a d square. So again, the concept is that you have the coefficient of x. In this case, though it is minus 2d, however, when you square it, so when you divide by 2, you get minus d, and when you square it, you get d square. So this is the concept for completing the square. So let's do a few questions based on this concept, and let's check out those sums. So let's say we have been given the question as, let's start off with the first one. So let's say we have x square plus 7x plus 1, and I've been asked to complete the square. So what I'll do is I'll write, I know this much, x square plus 7x plus 1, we'll add it at the end. So x square plus 7x, what I'll do is I'll check the coefficient of x, which is 7. I'll divide by 2, which is 7 by 2. So I can write x plus 7 by 2 the whole square minus 7 by 2 the whole square plus 1. And now I can write this as x plus 7 by 2 the whole square. And now it's simple calculation. We just have to calculate. So minus 49 by 4 plus 1. And you can take the LCM. So you should end up getting x plus 7 by 2 the whole square minus 45 by 4. So this is what you got. Okay. Let's check one more question. So let's say now you have something like this. Let's say you have something like this, 3x square minus 12x minus 1. So we have to make a complete square. Now, obviously, the only problem here looks like is the coefficient of x square is 3. So what I'll do is first I'll take this 3 out to make things easier. So let's start off with the solution. So you have x square minus 4x, and keep this minus 1 aside. Okay, so this is the first step. Now we'll do the completing the square. So the coefficient of x is 4. So let's ignore the sign because obviously we square it, so we don't need to look on the sign. So 4 and divide by 2, which gives 2. And what I'll do is then 3, I'll have x minus, because of the minus sign, 2 the whole square. Now 2 square is something which we have added, so we'll have minus 2 square minus 1. So this will remain inside the bracket. Now what you'll do is you'll write 3x minus 2 the whole square, and this is 4, so 3 minus 4, that is minus 12 minus 1. So finally what you get is 3x minus 2 the whole square minus 13. Okay, let's check one more question. So I think the third one. Let's say now you have something like this. Let's say you have 4 minus 3x minus x square, and you need to solve this. Again, the same thing, the only difference is the way it's written. It's a little different. So again, I realize that the coefficient of x square is not 1, it's minus. So first thing I have to do is I have to, uh, make sure that the coefficient of x square is 1. So what I'll do is I'll write this as 4 minus x square plus 3x. So hope you understood this step. Okay, I took the minus sign outside. Now coefficient of x is 3. So 4 minus, so x plus 3 by 2 the whole square minus 3 by 2 the whole square. Okay, now we can go ahead and complete this part. So what we have is we have 4 and this minus will become plus. So we have plus 9 by 4 minus x plus 3 by 2 the whole square, right? So ultimately what you get is 25 by 4 minus x plus 3 by 2 the whole square. Okay. Now, what happens is like similarly, now what you can do is you can now go ahead and solve, quadratic equations using this. So this was just simplifying and, getting the standard form. Now let's say the question is solve the quadratic equation. If that is the question, that means you need to find the value of x. So let's start off with that question. So let's say you have x square plus 8x plus 9 equal to 0. Now in the last lecture learned about we had learned about factorization method. So we can solve using factorization, but here we are using, you have to use completing the square. So how will we do it? We'll write this as x, and this is 8. So 8 divided by 2, right? 8 divided by 2, which gives me 4. So I have x plus 4 the whole square minus 4 square plus 9 equal to 0. So we have x plus 4 the whole square. So you have 20, 16 and 16. So there is one just change in the question. This is minus 9. Okay. So this is minus 9. Okay. So you have 16 and 9. So that is 25. Okay. Now what you can do is you can take the square root on both sides. So you have x plus 4 is equal to plus minus 5. So the final answer would be x plus 4 is equal to 5, or x plus 4 is equal to minus 5. So x is equal to 1, or x is equal to minus 9. So that is our solution set. Okay. Let's start off. Let's try one more question. Let's say the question is, okay. Let's say the question is, you have to solve the quadratic and you have 2x square plus 6x plus 3 equal to 0. Again, now I see that the coefficient of x square is 2. So I need it to be 1. So I'll write 2 common. You have x square plus 3x plus 3 equal to 0. Coefficient of x is 3. So I'll write x plus 3 by 2 the whole square minus 3 by 2 the whole square plus 3 equal to 0. Okay. Now, so one thing you have now I think noticed that every time you'll have minus of that square. Okay, every time you have this same thing. So now let's just solve this. So you have 2 and you have x plus 3 by 2 the whole square, and this will be 9 by 4, so this will be minus 18 by 4 plus 3 equal to 0. And now you can solve this part, so you will end up getting, you will get x plus 3 by 2 the whole square is equal to 3 by 4. This is what you will get. Now again take square root on both sides, so x plus 3 by 2 is equal to plus minus root 3 by 2. So one answer is x plus 3 by 2 is equal to root 3 by 2, or x is uh, or else you have x plus 3 by 2 is equal to minus root 3 by 2. So what you get is x is equal to minus 3 plus root 3 by 2, or the answer is x is equal to minus 3 minus root 3 by 2. So these are, if you notice, conjugates of each other. So now we know two methods by which you can solve quadratic equation. One was factorization, the other one is the completing the square method. So as mentioned, this method will be widely used in chapters like integration. So very important method to remember. Hope you like this video. Till next time, please take care. Bye bye.